For those of you just tuning in right now, you are watching Framingham High School girls basketball, a MIAA state tournament round of 32 game at the Framingham High School gym. Tonight the game is between the 11th ranked Framingham Flyers and the 22nd ranked Newton North Tigers. It's going to be an exciting matchup. We've got about 5 minutes before they'll be announcing the starting lineups and playing the national anthem. So stay tuned. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's been a roller coaster season for the Framingham Flyers. They started out by winning their first 5 games, including their first home game was a 60-31 win over these same Newton Tigers. And then their last game of the season, interestingly enough, was also against Newton North. And the Flyers the next night came away with a 49-41 win. So they've beaten Newton North twice, but that's no guarantee of what's going to happen. The Newton North team has a strong rebounding team. I've noticed in watching a couple of their games that they very frequently out-rebound the opponents. When they played Framingham last time, they out-rebounded Framingham 40-33. And they only had 4 fewer rebounds against 5th-ranked Wellesley. So I think that could be an issue for the Flyers tonight. They're going to have to be careful to try and be strong on the boards. Of course, Framingham themselves has a very strong inside game with tri-captain Nina Edwards at 5'11", and Grace Hanna, a 5'8" guard who seems to get a lot of rebounds. She's been a rebounding factor. Coming off the bench, Madeline Gorney is also at 6 feet, so gives the Flyers some strong inside presence. The Flyers' leading scorer all season has been Allie Regan, a 5'8" junior tri-captain, and their three-point shooting star has been Caroline Galvani, and the girls call her Lynn because Caroline's too hard to pronounce in the middle of game action, so I'll probably call her Lynn tonight as well. But Lynn is the 3-point sharpshooter, and when she's on, she can really create a lot of panic for the other team, and that's been the case in the recent game. In the Wellesley game, the last Wellesley game, the Flyers were way behind in the first quarter, something like 25-5, and they rallied and got it to within 4 near the end of the game. And Galvani really was a spark plug in that because of her 3-point shooting. Reagan, on the other hand, is a player that you're going to see all over the court, often leading fast breaks, stealing the ball, very quick player, and she can shoot the 3 as well. Coming off the bench, the Flyers have had some good efforts from Zoe Rabinovitz and Bree Diaz. The two of them will probably be the first 2 subs called on by Coach Kristen Audette Furcali. Furcali's been the Framingham coach now for 8 years and has done a terrific job taking over a program that barely was lucky if they won 2 or 3 games 8 years ago. And last year the Flyers were ranked 6th in the state, and this year they're 11th. And they lost two of their losses, especially to Weymouth and Needham, were very close games. And these 2 teams are both ranked slightly ahead of them in the top 10. So this is a tough team. If I was a playoff team playing the Flyers, I would be a little worried. Of course, I'm a hometown fan here, so you got to take some of my enthusiasm for granted. But this is a team that could go further in the tournament. One of their losses was to Wachusett, who is ranked 2nd, and Wachusett is unbeaten. So a loss to Wachusett hasn't been something that's been unique to anybody else. The refs have had their words with the captain, tri-captains. Well, Newton has four captains. I know 3 are tri-captains. I don't know what you call 4. Maybe they're quad captains, I guess. But the 3 refs have got their first names. We have Claude, Brian, and Ashley as the referees tonight. And you are listening to the Framingham Educational Channel. I'm Dave Hornfisher, proud to be giving the play-by-play again. And we've got 2 freshman students on camera, Jeremy and Gabriel. The Flyers are in their huddle at heart. This is fun. No lack of enthusiasm on this team, I'll tell you. Coach Odette Furcali has really done a great job. It looks like the Flyers bench has their JV team out there as well tonight. because they got a lot of bodies on that bench to help spur on their teammates. We're about to get the starting lineups, so we'll turn this over to the public address announcer. Nina Edwards, 23 for Framingham, and 14, Maggie Scanlon for the Tigers of Newton North. The whistle sounds, the ball is in the air, and off we go. Scanlon grabs the ball, tosses it down into the corner to 24, Dennis. Back inside. 15 miss, Mesher. Inside, Allie Regan blocks it. The throw comes back outside. Long three-point shot is no good by Newton, and Framingham comes away. Allie Regan, 14. Over to Lynn Galvani, 11 at the top of the key. Guarded by Helen Ruane, number 3. All the way to the basket, and laid up and in by Steffi Regan, and the Flyers take a quick 2-0 lead. Shot by Scanlon is no good, and here comes Allie Regan again. Up top to Galvani. Guarded closely by Briggs. And Caroline fires it in, and the Flyers are up 4-0. Double team in the backcourt. Danis with the ball now. Up top to Briggs, number 2. Long three-pointer by Ruane is no good. Controlled by Scanlon. Kicks it back out. As Danis setting it up again from the top. Gives it to 14 Scanlon. She fires up a long one. That's no good. And Grace Hanna comes down with a board. Regan goes strong to the hoop, fires it up, no good. Battle under the boards, taken away by Nina Edwards. He hooks up a runner, no good. And the ball is blocked, comes kicked back in and laid up again, no good again. Fierce action under the Framingham basket. No baskets though. And away comes Danis, 24. She fires the 3, swish. And we got a 4-3 game. Danis is a sharpshooter. I've seen her play before. Scurry for the action. Finally, Allie Regan controls in the backcourt. These girls are really fighting. Here's Steffi Regan. Kicks it away, bounced around, and what are we going to get here? Claude, the ref, making a call that's popular with the Newton crowd. I think it was a foul on Framingham. Yeah, it's going to be called on. It's a little unclear what it is called on. Well, the scoreboard says 21, but we don't have a 21 in the game. So anyway, the ball's out of bounds in the Newton area, and it's going to be Framingham ball. So ref Ashley gets the crowd back on this Framingham side. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Galvani swings it up slowly, slowing the pace a little bit. Here's Grace Hanna, guarded closely by Ruane. Underneath, the shot is no good. Rebound, Nina Edwards kicks it out to the side. No good by Steffi, and taken away by Mesher for the Tigers. Here's 14 Scanlon, 2 Briggs, 3 Ruane, now 24 Danis. And driving down the lane is Scanlon, and she's fouled. There's a very loud contingent of Newton fans here. They're filling up about 1/4 of the stadium. I guess this isn't the stadium, the arena, gym. Anyway, there's a lot of them. Okay, here we have Maggie Scanlon at the line. Trot, one of the quad captains, and her shot rolls off the rim. 4 quad captains for Newton. Ruane, number 3s. Scanlon, 14. Eva Mesher, 15. And her second shot rolls in. Grace Hanna, double team, gets it over to in the corner. A long three is no good, and a rebound underneath, and now a foul on Newton. And Stephanie Regan will get 2 shots. Nice rebound by Stephanie. The foul is on number 3, Helen Ruane for the Tigers. The Flyers got off to a 4-0 lead. It's 4-4 as that ball bounces, and it goes in. Oh, my goodness. Steffi paid the ring gods on that one. That must have hit the rim 3 or 4 times. That one hits the rim and goes away. Kick to the corner, and Grace Hanna fights hard for it, but it goes away. It goes to Newton. 5-4 Flyers, 4:24 to go in the first quarter. They play 8-minute quarters, and the inbound pass goes out of bounds. Good hustling, pressing defense by the Flyers. Grace Hanna throws it in. Gets it into Stephanie Regan, spins around the corner, fires up a 2, no good. Strong rebound inside. And that's again, Stephanie Regan will go to the line again. Nice rebound by Stephanie. She really had great position, used her strong 5'10" height to pull down the board. That foul is going to be on number 24, Allie Dennis for Newton. And Stephanie swishes the first one. She's actually Steffi, not Stephanie. Maybe Stephanie's her real name. The program says Steffi, though, so we'll call her both probably. Okay, that's in and out and in. She's had some good luck on the rims tonight. She's 3 out of 4 from the foul line already. Full court press by the Flyers. Regan pressing hard in the back. Newton gets it over. It's taken away by Allie Regan. And another foul is going to be called on Newton. This will be a non-shooting foul. It's the 3rd foul on the Tigers. And Newton takes a timeout. Newton is coached by Todd Sundstrom. Framingham Flyers coach, as I mentioned before, is Kristen Odette Fercali. Well, we've had a very entertaining first 4 minutes. The Flyers jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead, only to see Newton rally back, tie it, and then Steffi Regan hit 3 free throws to give the Flyers their current 7-4 lead. We're about halfway through the quarter. Very pressing defense. Both teams have clearly come to play. These games are such fun. If you haven't been down to see one, well, you've missed it this year, but make sure you come back next year. It's going to be a good Flyers team next year. They've got a solid bunch of players coming back. Tri-captain Allie Regan will obviously lead the bunch. Her sister, Stephanie Regan, only a freshman this year, will be obviously back if she stays healthy, I assume. And Grace Hanna is only a sophomore, so we have Grace here for 3 more years. And underclassman Bree Diaz, a junior, and Madeline Gorney, also a junior, played a lot as subs this year, along with Zoe Rabinovitz, also a junior. So those 3 will be back. So that gives the Flyers a solid 6 starting next season, and who knows, we hope we'll probably get some progress from the JV team too. Okay, here we go. Back to action here. Galvani up top. Tries to go inside to Stephanie, throws to a cutting Grace Hanna, and then in the center, Allie Regan pumps one up. It's no good. A hard rebound by Nina Edwards, but doesn't go in, but we got another foul. The Flyers have been really strong on the boards tonight. I worried at the beginning of the game that they might have some rebounding challenges based on some of Newton's prior games. But so far, Nina Edwards and Steffi Regan have done a great job, and this is now their 3rd free throw. And what a nice touch. As Nina drops in another free throw by the Flyers. Free throw shooting is just so important. She dips, she shoots, so that one doesn't go, and it's Newton ball. Up top is Briggs. Now to 24, Dennis. Mesher, 15, goes to the hoop. Guarded closely by 3 Flyers and throws up a hook shot and gets it in. Nice move by Eva Mesher. Flyers leads cut to 8-6. As Newton is really at a very aggressive defense. Here's Nina Edwards, kicks it back to Galvani, double teamed again. A long 3 by Steffi Regan, and I think that's a 3. That is a 3. Stephanie's got 8 points already. Briggs guarded closely by Stephanie Regan. Steffi's come to play tonight. She's all over the place. The shot is blocked by Galvani. She dives for the ball and Newton comes away with it. Briggs, number 2, comes driving down. Back to Mesher, and Mesher goes in, and we're going to get a foul on Framingham, I think. That wasn't the most serious foul. I think it looks like it's going to be called on. The scoreboard's a little confused right now. They haven't posted it. The refs are needing a little conference on this one, apparently. The foul call brought a nice smile to the face of Steffi. I don't think she agreed with the call, but she was a good sport about it. She's still kind of looking at the refs in disbelief. And now the ref Claude is going over to talk with Coach Sundstrom. And the striped shirts here seem to be in control of this for the moment. It appears the Flyers are going to win their argument. I think there is no call on Steffi Regan. So Steffi was right. Good for Steffi. She's having a great night. 15, that's Mesher. Inside, Scanlon throws it up, and we get a Framingham foul. Nothing's happening easy inside, I'll tell you. The battle under the boards has been ferocious so far. Still got Maggie Scanlon at the line. Maggie was 1 for 2 from the line already tonight. She dips, she shoots, and it rolls in. Flyers leads cut to 11-7. And the second one doesn't roll in. And Grace Hanna comes down with the boards. Grace brings it to the forecourt. Over to Galvani. Galvani tries to throw it inside, and Newton kicks it out of bounds. It'll be Framingham ball with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Very lively crowd on hand at the high school tonight. The Newton fans really came to cheer. Galvani slows things down a bit, now drives, throws it underneath to Nina Edwards, and she lays it in. Great pass and great movement. Nina moving without the ball, and Scanlon found her. There's a pump up by Scanlon. It rolls in and out. And Dennis takes it back to the top of the key, and the Tigers will start over. Here's Briggs 2, back to Dennis. Now Briggs kicks it to the corner. Mesher's shot is no good. Here comes Allie Regan flying down the court. She throws a layup and in. Hustling Allie Regan, doing what she does best. End to end. That's her first 2. It won't be the last ones tonight. Mesher, Briggs play catch in the backcourt. 25, Bacall is now in for Newton. She has the ball. Inside to Mesher. Mesher looks to throw back to a cutting Scanlon, and Scanlon lays it in. Nice play by the Tigers. Quickly, Galvani thinks of a 3, doesn't take it, gives it back to Allie Regan. Allie to the corner. 3-pointer, no good by Steffi Regan. Ball is kicked out of bounds, and it'll be Newton ball with 46 seconds to go in the quarter. And we're getting another timeout as Coach Odette Furcali gives Nina Edwards a big hand slap for that inside move and layup. So we're looking at 46 seconds to go, and the Flyers hanging on now to a 15-9 lead. It's been a lively first quarter. If the rest of the game is like this, it's going to really be fun. I got to give this Newton team a lot of credit. They've really improved as the year goes on. I recall their first game here when they played the Flyers. The Flyers won something by 20 or 30 points. When they played at Newton in the last game of the year, the Flyers only won by 8 in a very competitive game. The stats on that game were very even in terms of rebound, shooting percentage. Both teams shot 31% on that night. The Flyers shot 86% on free throws in the previous game against Newton, and they're doing very well tonight. The Flyers have already made 4 free throws tonight. Okay, back to action with 44 seconds. Newton taking their time. Excuse me, sir. I have a fan in front of me right now. And we got an out-of-bounds play against Newton. As I got my view back. 30 seconds to go. Galvani brings it up slowly. Kicks it up to Grace Hanna. Grace drives to the hoop, throws it up, it gets blocked. And we're going to get a foul. It wasn't a clean block. Nice driving move by Grace Hanna. Grace does that a lot. She's a very, very forceful player. Foul is on 14, Maggie Scanlon. That's her first. That's 5 fouls on Newton, but the quarter's about to be over, so 24 seconds to go. Grace has a very deliberate approach at the line, very conscious, dips, aims, shoots, swish. Inbounds to Scanlon now. Tall center brings it to the top of the key, gives it to Briggs. Dennis wants to shoot, kicks it back. They're holding for a last shot. Now Briggs starts to drive in. Dennis comes around with the ball. Guarded closely by Stephanie Regan. She gets by her, pumps up a jumper, and gets it. Great court awareness by Allie Dennis. Down the quarter, right at the buzzer. And we have a 16-11 Flyers lead at the end of a very entertaining first quarter here. We've got Bree Diaz now in for the Flyers, number 5. And it looks like the same 5 who finished for Newton, and number 20, Nora Hamill is now. So we have Hamill, Bacall, Dennis, Scanlon for the Tigers. And they call it traveling on Bree Diaz. Welcome to the game, Bree. Okay. Dennis, 24, Briggs 2. Looks for a pick, all of it. Mesher goes in, and Scanlon gets hammered. She runs into, and big collision there between Grace Hanna and Scanlon's going to get 2 free throws, and Grace Hanna comes away scratching her hair. This is a very physical game. Steffi Regan checks in for Grace Hanna. And Scanlon gets the second. And the ref what's he doing now here? Nothing, I guess. Okay, here's Allie Regan with the ball, number 14. Back to her partner, Galvani at the top. Galvani swings it to Steffi Regan. Steffi drives to the center, pumps up a one-hander. It's off the rim, no good, and a rebound comes down to Mesher. Quickly to Briggs. Briggs fires to the lane, kicks it back to Mesher. Mesher pumps up a layup. It's no good, short, and here comes Allie Regan with a rebound. And driving down the court with Dennis right on her tail underneath. Gives it back to Nina Edwards, and it's taken away by Newton North. A running layup is no good. The rebound by Mesher and taken away by the Flyers. Here comes Steffi Regan. Kicks it down to a racing Allie Regan. She lays it up. Oh, no good. Rebound is snuffed by Steffi. And that is also no good. So we had a bit of a sister act there with Allie driving and Steffi rebounding. It's been quite a tradition of Regan players here at Framingham High, with Katie Regan graduating last year with a 1,000-point scorer. And now we have the Stephanie and Allie here, as Steffi does not get their friendly bounce that time from the rim. We got a sub in for Newton. I can't see her. And she gets the second one. Scanlon quickly all over the place. Fires it back. A shot. A long three is no good by Ruane. And here comes Allie Regan again. Fires it underneath and it's laid up. No good. And back comes Briggs for the Tigers, and she goes all the way and lays it up and in. Hustling play by Nadia Briggs, number 2. And the Newton crowd eggs her on. Bree Diaz throws it to Allie Regan, now back to Galvani. Double team. Galvani goes to the circle, goes all the way to the hoop, lays it up. Challenge, misses, no good. Ball is out of bounds, and it's going to be Flyers ball underneath. As Nina Edwards was trying to get that, but the ball was knocked away from her. Nina will throw it in. Try captain Nina Edwards. Throws to a cutting Steffi Regan, and sure shot is blocked, and she's going to get some more free throws. Steffi's been a fixture at the free throw line tonight. That's obviously a sign that she's been getting the ball inside, and she's a fighter in there, I'll tell you. This is this is fun. And Steffi swishes that one. No rim on that one. And that one bounces 3 times and doesn't go in. There's Scanlon, 14. Up top to Ruane. Ruane throws inside, back to Scanlon. There's 20, Hamill. Inside to Scanlon. She goes up underneath and in. 7 points for Maggie Scanlon. Corner shot is up and in by Steffi Regan. Steffi's having a career night, and she's only a freshman. Think what the career is going to be like in 3 years. Wow. Okay. Here's Briggs, guarded closely by Galvani. And Galvani takes it away. All the way to the hoop, lays it. No, she doesn't. She fakes, she lays it in. Great move and the Framingham fans love that one. Carolyn Galvani. What a great fake and layup. And quickly back up and in at the other end by Nina Briggs. We are back and forth. Steffi Regan, and we're going to get a timeout Framingham, as Newton has cut the Framingham lead to 22-18. Margin was 5 at the end of the quarter. Wow, that was some furious back and forth action. Incredible move by Lynn Galvani. She stole the ball from the Newton guard, took it all the way in, and just as she was about to be blocked, she stopped, faked, waited, and laid it in. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Red Auerbach would probably tell you that. And not to be, Newton didn't stand there and cry on their beers. They just quickly ran the ball right back down court, and Nadia Briggs hustled all the way, laid it in, making this a 4-point margin. So when we come back, it'll be Flyers ball with 4:54 showing on the scoreboard clock in the second quarter of as I said before, they play 8-minute quarters in high school basketball in Massachusetts. The crowd is a very energetic crowd. I'm really impressed with the number of fans Newton brought along. Of course, Newton's not a small city either, so I guess they could round up 150 people that come down here for a game. Ref Ashley holding the ball right in front of us here. Yeah, pointing her finger in the Framingham direction. And the Flyers have Zoe Rabinovich checks in wearing number 20. Usually when Zoe comes into the game, she makes a mark quickly. Okay, Galvani drives toward the hoop, stops, fires a three. Oh, no good, air ball. Oh, and it goes off of Zoe Rabinovich under the basket. That won't go down as one of Lynn's best three-pointers. Briggs, guarded by Allie Regan, closely by Allie Regan. Finds Scanlon, back to Briggs. Dennis, Scanlon, swish. And that's a three. Scanlon's got 10. It's a 1-point lead. Corner shot by Allie Regan is no good. Rebound Framingham. I think Zoe Rabinovich got that rebound. Here comes Galvani. Splits three players. It's taken away by Scanlon. She has a breakaway. And here comes Stephanie Regan and she blocks the shot. And the Framingham crowd's going wild. It looked like an easy layup for Scanlon. Coast to coast, and out of nowhere came Steffi Regan with a big right hand and knocked the ball away. But the ref didn't think that was completely legal, I guess. And so Maggie Scanlon will get to go to the free throw line with a chance to tie or put the Tigers ahead. And she ties it. It's 11 points for Maggie Scanlon, who's got half the Newton total. Her second shot is off, and the score is now 22 apiece with 3:50 to go in the second period. Allie Regan drives all the way to the hoop, and we got another whistle. The refs are not letting this game get out of control. I give them a lot of credit. That's Claude, the ref, that called that one. And Allie goes to the line to shoot two. The foul is on number 24. That's Allie Danis for Newton. And she hits the back rim. Allie with the pink sneakers. And she misses the second. A strong rebound almost by Steffi Regan, but it's taken away. And here comes Scanlon. Long three by Danis is no good. A fierce battle in the corner, and the ball is going to be awarded to the Flyers. Edwards is out, and Madeline Gorney, number 24, is in for the Flyers. I think we got the same Newton team. Here's Galvani and tries to get it inside. Picked up by Stephanie Regan. Allie Regan fires it up, no good. Battle in the corner, and Newton comes away with it. And it's thrown away. Mesher's pass goes right through the hands of her teammate. And we got number 20, Nora Hamill, now in the game for the Tigers. Regan's pass inside is batted away as Gorney was making a nice cut to the basket, but Newton figured it out. Regan will put it in. 2:58 to go in the half. Throws it into Galvani, back to Regan. She fires it up, swish! A three by Allie Regan. And the Flyers jump back into the lead. Here comes Scanlon, and she's going to be called for traveling, I think. No, there's going to be a foul.
Oh, that's all right.
Going to be a foul on Framingham. Some kind of a off-the-ball foul. Guess it's going to be on, I think it's on Steffi Regan. That would be her second, according to the scoreboard. Mesher gets it into Briggs. Briggs back to Scanlon inside. Long three is way off the mark. Rebound inside is blocked by the Flyers. Here comes Stephanie Regan all the way down, lays it up, no good. Rebound by Gorney, and she is blocked, but no, that's Allie Regan, I'm sorry. And are we going to get a foul on that? It's not a shooting foul. Framingham ball. Galvani into Regan, back to Galvani. Up top to Rabinovitz. Now Galvani. Clock winds down to 2 minutes. Allie goes in, throws it up off the backboard. No good. A rebound by Gorney, and the foul is going to be called. It's going to be called on Framingham. Wow. I don't... was on Gorney, her first. Here's Ruane, number 3. Inside, there goes Scanlon. Her layup this time misses. Mesher hits the rebound, and she puts it in. Flyers lead is now 1. The ball stolen in the backcourt by Briggs. All the way, she goes in, lays it up and in. Hustling Nadia Briggs. She's had 2 of those. Zoe Rabinovitz from the corner, no good. Rebound to Newton. There's Scanlon in the corner, guarded by Allie Regan into Mesher. Mesher goes to the hoop in between 3 Flyers, gets it out, and racing to the hoop, laying it up, no good. Is Ava Salemi, who's just in the game, and all the way underneath too, driving. Stephanie Regan, and she lays it in. Hustling. Scanlon up top with 42 seconds to go. There's Briggs, number 2, with the ball guarded by Galvani. Back to Ruane, over now. Here comes Scanlon. She wants to go, guarded into a double team, and she gets it. And a foul. And Maggie Scanlon puts Newton ahead now, 28-27, with just 32 seconds to go in the quarter. Nina Edwards checks back in for Madeline Gorney. Scanlon has her 14th point, and the Tigers take a 2-point lead, much to the pleasure of their large contingent of fans. Here's Rabinovitz going to the hoop. She lays it up and off the rim and falls off. And Newton comes away with the ball with 12 seconds to go. Here's Ruane, top of the key. No, that's Briggs, guarded by Galvani. All the way underneath, and a layup is blocked by the Flyers as Zoe Rabinovitz kept Ruane from shooting an apparently easy layup. Good defense by Ruane, by Gorney. Okay, Newton puts the ball in with 2.5 to go. Kicks it back out deep to Scanlon. Don't let her go. She stops, she pops, and it's no good as it just rolled in. The Flyers got a break there. And an exciting first half with a large, energetic crowd comes to a conclusion with Newton ranked 22nd, leading the 11th ranked Flyers 29-27 at Framingham High School. Wow. Looks like we're going to have the same starting lineup for the Flyers. Galvani, the Reagan sisters, Grace Hanna, and Nina Edwards are all lined up to come out and start for Coach Odette Percali. Coach Sundstrom is keeping his gang on the side, and here they come. Led by 14, Maggie Scanlon, Nadia Briggs 2, Helen Ruane number 3, Eva Mesher number 15, and 24 coming to take the ball in, Allie Danis. Allie's right in front of our broadcast microphone here at center court. Flyers look like they're on a pretty much a man-to-man defense as we start the game. Been a pretty aggressive defense on both teams. Okay, there's Dennis, gets the ball inside. It's taken away by Framingham, recaptured by Mesher. She fires up, no good. Rebound by Grace Hanna. Grace kicks it quickly ahead to Stephanie Regan, goes to the hoop, fires, no good. Rebound by Grace Hanna, she lays it in, and we're even. (29-29) as we start the third quarter. Up top, here's Verwain. Inside, Scanlon fires. That one doesn't fall. Rebound kicks out, and it's Nina Edwards with the ball. Back to Grace Hanna. She gives it ahead to Galvani, who now slows down at the top of the circle. Allie Regan back to Grace over in the corner. Here comes Stephanie Regan. They do a nice little weave. Allie pumps up a three and gets it. 3 points for Allie Regan. 5-0 in a row for the Flyers here. That's 2 threes tonight for Allie. Newton quickly back. The ball's batted in the air, but controlled by Newton into this. They try to throw it in the center. The Flyers take it. Here comes Grace Hanna with Mesher right behind her. She throws it back to Steffi Regan at the top to Allie Regan. Allie back to Galvani. No shot there as she's pursued carefully by, and now foul by Scanlon, who was aggressively chasing her in the backcourt. That is the second foul on Scanlon, I believe. Allie Regan right in front of us here now is pushed down a little by the ref. Allie throws it into Galvani. Slows the action a bit to catch some breaths. Here's Grace Hanna. Grace can't go anywhere, gives it back. Galvani pumps up a long three and gets it. Newton, and the ball is knocked out of bounds in the backcourt. It's going to be Framingham ball as the Flyers have run off an 8-0 start, and Coach Sundstrom calls his team to the bench. Wow. Oh my goodness. We've played less than 2 minutes. The Flyers have run off an 8-0 run, and they have the ball. Well, you just never know what's going to happen. We had a similar game like this a couple of weeks ago when the Flyers played Brookline. Brookline, a team with only 1 or 2 wins, was giving the Flyers a real tough battle for the first half. We were all thinking this was going to be the upset of the year, and the Flyers came out and scored something like 10 of the first 12 points at the start of the third quarter, and there was no game after that. So all of a sudden the Flyers, who trailed by 2 at halftime, now are in front 35-29. And we played just a minute and 47 seconds, if my math is correct. I used to be a math major. Some people get credit for knowing how to subtract 13 from 60. The answer is 47 for those of you who have trouble. Okay, it's going to be Flyers ball into their own basket. Nina Edwards will pass it in. Be nice if somebody just throw it back to Nina and she could just lay it in. Scanlon's guarding her closely, though. She's going to throw it. Oh, she throws it inside to Steffi Regan. And we got a double dribble is going to be called on Steffi. Dennis, 24, back to Briggs, number 2. They go inside to Mesher, and she lays it up, and that's no good. Newton can't buy a basket here in the third quarter. That was a good shot too. She just missed it. Okay, here's Galvani. Grace Hanna back to Allie Regan at the top of the key. Sets the offense. She and Galvani play catch. She wants to go, looks for Grace to cut. She doesn't. She throws it to the corner. Galvani's high arching three is no good. And Newton comes flying down the court. Here comes Scanlon again. She's dangerous. She kicks it back to Dennis, and Dennis throws in a three. That's her second three of the night. This girl can shoot. I've seen her play before. I've said that. Okay, here's Grace Hanna. Grace wants to drive, can't, throws it to the top of the circle, and Allie Regan bounces it off the rim and in. That's 10 for Allie. Here's Ruane. Dennis. Ruane. Inside to Scanlon, no shot. Ball goes into the corner. A shot is missed by Briggs, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Framingham ball. Flyers with a 37-32 lead. Galvani slowly brings it up. Briggs checks her, double team on Allie Regan, back to Steffi Regan, and they play catch and goes into the corner. Grace Hanna thinks about a three, gives it to Galvani. She takes a three. She banks it in and she's fouled. Oh my goodness. The crowd goes wild on that one. Galvani didn't even see that go in the basket. She got knocked down as she was shooting it. The ball hit the backboard, bounced in. Galvani's on the floor listening to the crowd screaming with a big smile on her face. Incredible. That's 3 threes tonight for 2 threes. Chance to make it a 4-point play, and that doesn't go in. A rebound, Framingham. Stephanie Regan's shot's no good. They battle, and Scanlon comes away with it. All the way ahead to Dennis. Back to shot is no good again by Newton. Ruane gets the rebound. Back to Briggs. Scanlon guarded closely by Allie Regan. Top of the key to Dennis. Inside to Ruane. Ruane pumps one up from the corner. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. They fly to the floor, and it's going to be Newton ball. There's a flying Grace Hanna. Avoided a foul, and it did knock the ball out of bounds, but she prevented Newton from getting an easy layup. You can put that down as 2 saves. Inside to Scanlon, she lays it up and in. Nice move by Maggie Scanlon. Here's Grace Hanna. Grace drives toward the hoop, can't shoot, fires it in the corner. A long three from the corner by Galvani. Newton better hope that doesn't keep going. If she gets hot, this game is over. That girl's a sniper. A swisher, a three-pointer for Allie Dennis. That's her 3rd three. So the sharpshooters are getting back in it. Dennis and Galvani are both known for their three-point shooting skills. They go in the corner for the Flyers. The long three-pointer is no good by Allie Regan, or by Stephanie Regan. And Newton controls. Briggs. Now Dennis thinks about another three, doesn't take it. Here comes Scanlon inside. She lays it up. Oh, no good, off the rim. Mesher with a hard-earned rebound, guarded by all the Flyer team, and we're going to get a jump ball. Eva Mesher got that rebound. She had 2 or 3 Flyers circling her. A lot of credit to her and the Flyers, and we get a jump ball, and the arrow goes to Newton. And now, wait a minute, they have to have another striped shirt confab on that as to who owns the ball. This Framingham ball. Yeah, Coach Odette Furcali saw that. She was up right away. And now they have to explain it to Coach Sundstrom. So we have a happy coach, sad coach. Any case, it's Flyer ball at the far end of the court. Grace Hanna will bring it into Galvani, who brings it up with a 6-point Flyer lead. Here comes Stephanie Regan driving to the hoop. A shot no good. Rebound Grace Hanna underneath. Can't shoot it. Gives it back to Allie Regan. Allie comes in, gives it to Grace back in the corner. The Flyers control out top to Galvani, and she slows things down. Guarded closely by Briggs, now by... Here comes Allie Regan driving to the basket. No good, but we're going to get a foul. We have a sub in for Newton. Number 20, Nora Hamill, is in the game. That was her that had the ball there briefly. And Allie Regan's going to get 2 free throws. And that one misses. Second shot, swish. It's 11 for Allie. Here's Verwain right in front of us. Up top to Briggs. Looks for Scanlon. That's not Scanlon. That's Danis, 24. Verwain 3, throws it in. Inside, kick to the corner, and a 3 by Allie Danis. That's her 4th 3 tonight. And the margin is cut to 4. Here comes Galvani. Back to Allie Regan, shoots, no good. Rebound Framingham, and it's up and in. I don't know who that was. It was either Stephanie Regan or 21 Grace Hanna. I'm going to give it to Grace Hanna, but it may not be the case. I was blocked from my view on that one. But it's a big hoop in any case for the Flyers on a nice offensive rebound. And with 1:36 to go in the third quarter, the Flyers now have a 46-30 lead. Flyers have tossed in 19 points here in the third quarter while holding Newton to 11. Erasing the 2-point halftime deficit. This has been just a really fun, entertaining, ferocious, well-played game. Both teams have really come to play tonight. The shooting has been well. The three-point shooting has really been great in the second half. Galvani's hit 3 in the second half for the Flyers. Allie Regan has 2 threes on the night. Stephanie has a 3. Sharp shooting, Allie Danis for the Tigers has 4 threes, and 3 of them here in the third quarter. So 3 threes in the third quarter. That's and 3 for Galvani. At the start of the game, I thought this could turn into a shooting battle between the two of them because each of them is known for their ability to put the ball in from behind the arc. Newton ball here with the clock running down to $1:36 in the third quarter at Framingham High. There's Danis. They got to stay on her. Briggs looks for a cutter, doesn't get one. Gives it back to Danis. Now Ruane. Danis fires again. That one doesn't go. Oh, inside Mesher, the rebound blocked by Stephanie Regan. And we got a whistle. No, we don't. A whistle by a fan, and now we get a real whistle. And they call an offensive foul on Newton. Or maybe that was going to be on Nora Hamill, I think. It's the 3rd foul on Newton. Oh, Grace Hanna saves it. It's up top. Grace goes in, kicks it back. Allie Regan to Stephanie Regan, and stolen by Newton. 50 seconds to go. There's Danis. Briggs. Danis comes to the middle, stops, and is blocked beautifully by Lynn Galvani. Ahead of the field to Stephanie Regan, and Allie Regan, and she lays it in. Hustling Allie Regan. I've said that this year before. Flyers guarding closely. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Whoa, Galvani almost had a steal. Briggs captures it, gets it back to Ruane as the clock winds down. The Newton crowd counts. Into the lane goes Danis, and a foul is going to be called on Framingham with 4 seconds to go. That is that's not going to be a shooting foul, I don't think. 4 seconds to go. Zoe Rabinovich checks in for Grace Hanna. Up from the corner, no good. And the third quarter comes to a conclusion with the Flyers holding a 48-40 lead. After a strong quarter by the Flyers, they came into this trailing by 2, threw up a 21-point third quarter, held Newton to 11, and the end result is 48 for Framingham, 40 for Newton. Scoreboard says Newton no. That kind of strikes me as funny. It doesn't put yes next to Framingham, however. It says Flyers. Excuse my bad humor. These breaks force me to have to be a little more talkative than I might want to be. Well, you are seeing the scoreboard, and what's on the camera right now is 8 minutes to go in this round of 32 game between the 11th ranked Flyers and the 22nd ranked Newton North Tigers. And the Flyers are hanging on to a 48-40 lead after trailing 29-27 at the half. Allie Regan and Caroline Galvani really came on strong in the third quarter for the Flyers. Galvani now has 13 points, as does Allie Regan. Steffi Regan has 14, and she got most of hers early. Scanlon, who was an offensive force earlier, didn't do a lot of scoring in the third quarter, but Allie Dennis came on and hit 3 threes, so she's got 14 for the Tigers. Okay, back to the action here as the Flyers guard them closely. Dennis, oh, almost a steal by Galvani. She keeps it, gets it back to Briggs. Briggs guarded now in the corner to Scanlon, who's guarded very closely now by Nina Edwards. I think that's got something to do with the fact that she didn't score much in the third quarter. Taken away by the Flyers. Here comes Allie Regan all the way. She lays it up and in. Oh my goodness, how many times have we seen that this year? Hustling, Allie Regan. A long one. Hits the rim and it's no good, and I think we're going to get a 3-point foul here. As Dennis will shoot 3 free throws, the foul is going to be on, I think, 23, Nina Edwards for Framingham. That would be just her first, I guess. And the sharp shooting Dennis gets it in. I just got a note saying we've got over 200 people watching this game right now on Game Day Framingham High School TV network. Second free throw is no good. Nina Edwards checks out. Hannah is in, and Zoe Rabinovitz, number 20, is also in for the Flyers. Janice's third free throw. She gets 2 out of 3. And the Flyer lead is still 8, 50-42. Allie Regan, Steffi, back to Allie in the corner. Now Galvani, as the Flyers get a little more deliberate here, being pressed. Galvani looks about, thinks a 3, throws it inside to Allie Regan. Back to Stephanie Regan. She throws a 3, hits the front rim, and is back to Newton. Away comes Scanlon. Scanlon inside, turns, spins, blocked by Steffi Regan. Ahead of the field to Galvani. She spins around, throws, oh, no good, it's off the rim. And the rebound comes back to Newton. Dennis. Back to Briggs at the top. Here's Dennis. Now Ruane, Dennis, they play catch. The Tigers slow it down a little bit. Looks for a cutting Dennis. She throws up a spinner. It's no good. Grace Hanna with a rebound. Here comes Allie Regan. No, she can't go to the hoop this time. Kicks it back to Stephanie Regan. Now to Grace Hanna. The Flyers weave it to Galvani at the top of the circle. Ruane has got her. She's not going to let her have an easy 3 here. Okay. Into a cutting Allie Regan. She goes to the hoop and she's fouled. Nice play by the Flyers. They passed the ball around the outside and Regan just cut through the circle. Got a sharp pass from, I think it was Zoe Rabinovitz, and the shot was prevented by aggressive defense by Maggie Scanlon. Who else? And but Allie makes her pay. She drops the first one. 16 for Allie. $17. She makes them both. Flyers extend their lead to 10. Briggs slowly for the Tigers. Ruane throws up a long 3, back rim, no good. Kicked around, she gets her own rebound and hustling. Wow, good effort by Helen Ruane. She fired a three and ball bounced way out, and she was way on the other side of the court to get the rebound. And we got a timeout. I think that was a Newton timeout. Are things returning to normal, or does Newton have one more charge in them? They rallied tough at the end of the first half and cut a Flyer lead. So the next 6 minutes will tell the story. Okay, here we go. And Mesher is fouled by Steffi Regan as she goes to the basket. I think that's going to be a shooting foul. Yep, 2 shots. They're posting the foul on Galvani. I don't think it was her. It's not a shooting. It's not a shooting foul. Okay, so the inbounds call. My mistake. Okay, she throws it into a cutting Eva Mesher, and she lays it in. Nice play by the Tigers. Lead is cut to 8. Galvani quickly gets by the defender into the corner all the way in, and inside to a cutting Galvani, and she lays it in. I think that might have been Steffi Regan again. I'm going to give that to Steffi. That is taken away by Steffi Regan. Ahead of the field to Galvani. She can't shoot it. She throws it back to Grace Edwards, who cuts up and in. Oh, no good. It falls out. That was halfway down. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's an announcer disaster. That ball was halfway in the basket and it spun back out. That's just outright robbery. Anyway, still Flyer ball. Long three from the top of the key is missed by Steffi Regan. Newton controls. Here comes Scanlon ahead to Dennis. No. Inside. Scanlon's shot is no good. Hard rebound by Mesher, and Mesher gets fouled. Foul's going to be on Zoe Rabinovitz, her first. I have to keep looking around somebody to see the scoreboard. Oh, that spins off. No break there for Newton, as Mesher's shot doesn't drop. Flyers still hold their 10-point lead. 4:42 to go in the game. Mesher's second one bounces off as well, and a jump ball underneath between a fighting Maggie Scanlon and I think that's Steffi Regan. Dennis will take it in. The Flyers guard closely under the hoop, for Newton stole one like that earlier. Here's Dennis. Gets it up top. Scanlon fires a three. No good. Rebound Framingham. Grace Hanna. Grace is tough under those boards, I'll tell you. She's a fighter. Okay, here's Allie Regan now. Back to Grace. And now Steffi, guarded closely by Briggs. Now Galvani can't shoot a three. Flyers take some time off the clock. Allie Regan in the corner to Rabinowitz. Galvani drives, she's hammered. Rabinowitz pumps it up, it's in and out, no good. That was halfway down too. Newton comes away with it. Here comes Dennis, shows up a left-hander on the run, it doesn't go. And here comes Stephanie Regan, Allie Regan. Regan gets it to Rabinowitz, cuts, and we get a whistle. What is that? I guess we get a timeout. I don't know who called that timeout. Could have been Coach Audette Fricali, I don't know. Anyway, we have 3:39 to go and a 54-44 lead as the Flyers are hanging on to their 10-point margin. They were led by 8 at the end of the third quarter after trailing by 2 at the half. There you all get to see all the numbers on the scoreboard. 3 fouls on the Flyers in the quarter. They don't shoot till after there's 5 on non-shooting fouls. There haven't been many non-shooting fouls tonight, though. I just can't emphasize enough what a fun game this has been to watch here. And the crowd, the large crowd here at Framingham High, with almost all 4 sections of the bleachers well filled. A lot of the Framingham fans are resplendent in their white nights as they tried to imitate Penn State. If you haven't ever seen a Penn State home football game, when they do a whiteout with over 90,000 people out in the middle of Pennsylvania, it is impressive. We weren't quite that successful tonight, but there are a lot of white shirts. And the Newton fans, I count 4, 5, 7, 10, I got about 15 orange, maybe 20 orange shirts over there amongst the large contingent of Newton fans. And I think they've made a difference for their team tonight. They've really pushed them on, and they've been cheering on every great Newton play. It's just great to see such great fan support for local high school basketball. You know, you can watch the Celtics, but you don't really know any of them. But, you know, you come out and you watch these kids play and see the energy they put into it. It's just such fun. Okay, we're back to the game here. Allie Regan wants to throw it in, and she doesn't get it in time, and it's going to be Newton ball. Great defense by the Tigers. And we got a sub coming in for Newton. The call checks out. I didn't even know she was in. Okay, here's Dennis. Almost a steal by Galvani. Briggs controls it, gets it back to Ruane. Now to Briggs. Shot clock at 20. Briggs throws to a cutting Dennis, and it's stolen by the Flyers. Here comes Allie Regan again, all the way to the basket. She lays it up, no good. Stephanie tries to get the rebound. They kick it back out, and it's going to be Newton ball. Wow. Almost a great save there by Steffi Regan. She throws her hands up in frustration. It was a great play, nonetheless. And now we get a Newton timeout as the clock winds down to 3 minutes and 9 seconds, and the Flyers holding a 10-point lead, and the clock begins to be Framingham's friend. But you know, when these three-point shots can really erase a lead really quick, and Newton does have a sharpshooter in number 24, Allie Dennis, who was hit 4 threes tonight. She's got 16 points. Maggie Scanlon has been the other offensive force. Eva Mesher has played a tough game underneath. She's come away with 6 points. And Nadia Briggs was a force more in the first half. We got a couple of great racing layups. And then, for Framingham, it's been a Galvani and Allie Regan show in the second half, after Steffi Regan was the offensive force in the first half. So, you know, Grace Hanna and Nina Edwards don't show up on the scorecard a lot tonight, but the two of them have been forces inside, because this is a tall Newton team. And Grace and Nina have really been forces inside. Okay, here come the Tigers now in the last 3 minutes. Briggs gives it to Scanlon, kicks it back, goes to the hoop, can't shoot. And the ball is knocked out, and traveling is called on Dennis. Defensive force there by Framingham. Those little plays make such a difference. Doesn't show up in the scorecard, but that saved Framingham 2 points. Okay, here's Allie Regan. Guarded closely by a bunch of, and she cuts back to the basket, gets it off inside, and it's laid up and in by Nina Edwards. Allie set that one up beautifully, and Nina was ready for it. Okay, there's a 2 by Dennis. Was that a 3 or a 2? Galvani. Clock winds down to 2:15. Zoe Rabinovitz inside to Edwards, kicks it back to Galvani. Here comes Galvani to the hoop, throws it out to the corner. It's going to be a 3. No good. Rebound underneath and up, and no good by Steffi Regan to Rabinovitz. She throws it off the backboard. No good. And now Newton comes away with it. Here comes Dennis racing full court. All the way, lays it up and in. And the Flyers' lead is cut to 8, and the Newton fans go wild. Well, not really wild, but they're loving it. Okay, here's Allie Regan. Kicks it to the corner to Rabinovitz, thinks about it, doesn't shoot, gives it back to Galvani. Galvani takes some time off the clock with Briggs watching her closely. And now she spins down to the corner, gets herself in trouble, kicks it way out to Stephanie Regan at the top. The shot clock goes down to 14, the game clock to $1:24. And the Flyers take it into the corner. They throw it out to Rabinovitz. She pumps one up from the side, doesn't go. Battle under the boards and a whistle. With 1:15 to go, and the Flyers holding an 8-point lead I think that should be enough, but I don't know. You never can tell. Third foul on Steffi Regan. And Nina Edwards checks back in, and hustling Zoe Rabinovich checks out. Zoe's been a force. She's been fighting like crazy out there tonight. She's had a couple of shots that didn't drop, but a very impressive substitute off the bench she's been tonight. Okay, here's Briggs now, guarded closely by Galvani. Scanlon wants to go, can't. Grace Hanna's got her. They kick it around. Comes back to top of the key. A three is in and out. Big break for the Flyers. Scanlon the rebound. No good rebound. Grace Hanna. And a quick jump ball. Or is that a foul? I think he called the foul there. We're down to 55 seconds to go. No, what's going on here? They were all going down as if they were going to shoot. There's not enough fouls for it to be a shooting foul. So Framingham gets the ball. Okay, they're going to kick the clock some more here. Here's Grace Hanna. In between a couple of Newton Tigers. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Sundstrom wants it to be Newton ball. It's not. And we got a very unhappy Newton coach over there. But the very calm, quiet referee, Claude, just takes the ball and says, that's it, boys. And Framingham throws it away with 43 seconds to go. Flyers hanging on to an 8-point lead. I think the Flyers are going to press all over the court. Galvani is chasing Danis. Danis comes charging down. Danis wants to go to the hoop. Gets it up, lays it up, no good. Rebound by fighting Grace Hanna. And we got a foul on Newton. What a force that Grace Hanna is. I'm just so impressed with her. I'm impressed with the whole team. This has been a great season of Flyers basketball, and it looks like it's going to continue with a lead of 8 points and 35 ticks left on the clock. The Flyers throw a long pass ahead to Rabinowitz, and we got another whistle, I think. Assuming the Flyers hang on to this, they'll be playing Central Catholic of Lawrence in what will now be the round of 16. I guess you call that the Sweet 16, I guess, huh? Oh, and Grace makes a boo-boo. She drops the ball while trying to throw it in, and it's going to be Newton ball. That's kind of an odd call. She had the ball in her hands waiting to throw it in. She dropped it. It may have bounced inbounds and she touched it while standing out of bounds. I don't know. That's a sharp ref call if that was the case. Okay, a shot from the corner by Newton. No foul on that. I think she got hammered. And it's going to be Flyers ball with 29.6 to go. These last seconds are taking forever, aren't they? Newton presses all over and whoa! And Galvani gets hammered and taken down. Oh my goodness, that was brutal. Oh, they should call some kind of a foul on that. That was vicious. I don't know whether it was Danis or Briggs for Newton. They literally tackled Galvani, and now she's sobbing in her coach's arms, saying, "I didn't really mean it." And it's such a heartbreak of a game. You got to feel for the kid, you know, and the excitement of the emotion. And this girl put her heart into the game tonight. She was just such a force. I think she played practically the whole game. Second free throw is missed. Rebound Framingham, and another whistle. Oh, you know, you got to remember these are just high school young women who were under a lot of pressure with a crowd. You know, a big crowd like this with so much emotion on the play. I mean, it's just comparable to an college game. There's been more energy put out here tonight in most college games I've seen, and I've seen some energetic college games. I don't mean to demean that, but and the Flyers are in a substantive happy mood right now. As Steffi hits the free throw, adds to her total for the night. The Flyers' margin is now 10. And it's been that for the most of the second half. After that great start, the second shot is no good. 24 seconds to go. Newton ball. There goes Scanlon to the hoop. She lays it up. That doesn't go. Mesher the rebound. That doesn't go. Here comes Ahead of the field Steffi Regan lays it, no good, all around the whole rim, and it fell out. And she goes flying to the floor with a big smile on her face. You know, in the beginning of the game, Steffi shot a couple of free throws that bounced all over the place and fell in. And she had that beautiful ahead of the field layup, and that ball rolled all the way around the rim. I don't think that's physically possible. I'd love to see a physicist talk about some odds on that. She does get free throws out of it, however, and that drops. No rim on that one. Steffi's had a terrific game tonight. The whole Flyers team has. The starting five with Zoe have played pretty much the whole game. Second one doesn't get a bounce and go in. Newton ball with 6 seconds to go. Here comes Scanlon. She goes to the hoop. She lays it up and lays it in. And that's the way it's going to end. And the jubilant Flyers. Get the camera on the Flyers. Get that picture. You can't see it on the TV right now, but the Flyers are leaping and screaming on their side of the floor. This is what a great win this was. I just can't give enough praise to this Newton team. They were a scrappy bunch all night. They fought their way. They were at least a 10-point underdog, and they ended up losing by 9, 59-50. So if you took Newton in 10, you'd have won. Anyway, that's going to be a wrap here. Let me go through a few of the stats for the game. I'll have to count them as I go along. Stephanie Regan, who had a great first half and had big shots at the end, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14. She had 17 points. Caroline Galvani hit 3 threes early in the second half to turn the game around. She had 14. Allie Regan, 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 15, 17. She had 20. She was the high scorer for the Flyers. Grace Hanna, fighting, hustling Grace Hanna had 5. Strong Nina Edwards had a 5. Here come the Flyers off the floor. I got to give them a hand. And I guess that's Allie Dennis for the Newton team. Had 4 threes for 12, 14, 16. She had 20 and had that kind of a tough ending when she had that very physical bump in at the corner and kind of went off the floor. But you know, it was an emotional moment, and I don't blame the girl at all for that. It was a terrific effort by both teams. It was just fun to watch. We're so pleased that so many. A big ovation for Coach Odette Furcali as she comes across the court. And the Flyers, as they did last year, advanced to the Sweet 16. This year they'll be the underdog. They'll be the number 11 team playing the number 6 Catholic Central, probably in Lawrence. Could possibly be next Wednesday. I'm not sure of that. I haven't heard. Keep checking that out. When's the next game? She didn't hear me. I tried to find out when the next game is. She couldn't tell me. All she did was say thank you. A very happy Coach Furcali, obviously. I can hear the scream in the Flyer locker room right behind me. What a great effort by the Flyers in the second half. They were trailing by 2 at the half. They came out in the first 2 minutes, just as they did against Brookline last time, ran off 8 straight points, and the lead was probably 8 or 10 most of the way after that. As I said before, the Newton team, in the beginning, came in as underdogs, but I'll tell you, they played like champions, and they did all they could to honor their school and their team. Okay, so that's going to be it tonight from Framingham High School in this round of 32 game. The Framingham Flyers come away with a 59-50 win over the Newton Tigers. That's the final score for the final time. I'm Dave Hornfisher on behalf of the Framingham Educational TV crew. We're directed by Michael Goodman, assisted by Operations Coordinator Holly Van Wee, and 2 freshman students on camera, Jamie and Gabriel. Thanks to everybody for an exciting night. Good night, and we hope we'll see you again in the future. I don't think we'll be televising the game from Lawrence, but you know, you never know. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed being the broadcast voice here for the Flyers' last 4 games. A lot of credit to Andrew Reynolds, who carried this torch for the first part of the half year. He had to return to college down in southern Connecticut. I think it's Quinnipiac, and he did a great job here, and it's been fun. It's been a pleasure and an honor for me to fill in this year. So thanks a lot, and come back and watch Framingham High and watch that Framingham Educational TV channel. There's a lot of fun on it. The game probably will be repeated there. You'll probably get a chance to see it. So signing off from tonight, 59-50, the Flyers are on to the Sweet 16.